Hi, it's Miss Pritza at the Appleton West Library, and I am book talking a duology. So it's a fantasy that is complete in 2 books. Probably because they could have done it in 1, but yeah, nobody would have picked up. Not too many people would have picked up that book. Okay, so it's called Gilded is the name of the first book and the name of the series, and Cursed is the second one because the characters are cursed. So this is a classic, what is called a classic retelling, which is what we used to call fracture fairy tales, and probably still do at younger grades. So it is an adaptation of Rumpelstiltskin, but it includes some other mythology and folklore, because there are 7 gods, gods of different things, and the gods can change forms, so that comes from mythology, and then there's also this Earl King and his demon horde, and there's a magical realm, and the veil, this thing called the veil with a capital V, separates the human mortal world from this magical world where the demon horde exists. But on the full moon and other special nights, the demon horde can ride and can be part of the mortal world. So that is also part of, so it incorporates more than just Rumpelstiltskin. So our main characters are Serilda and Gild, and also the Earl King, who is head of the demon horde. So Serilda is her dad runs a mill. Her mom has been gone for many years. She doesn't completely know the story behind that, but she's been told all her life that her father caught a god and was able to get a wish from him, which was to marry the woman he wanted to marry and have a healthy child, which he did. But Serilda is born with, it's not spirals, it's spokes. So think of an old wagon wheel. Her eyes are have these golden spokes throughout the iris. So think about how that would look. So the people are very suspicious of her. They think she is she brings bad fortune and stuff like this. But she's an outstanding storyteller. And there's something, I can't tell you too much without giving things away, but there's something more about her stories than just the fact that she's a great storyteller. So Gild is actually, the Earl King believes that Serilda can spin straw into gold because of a story she told, and she's the first to admit she's a big liar. So she was trying to save herself, but she's a big liar, which gets her into this problem because he takes her to this old crumbling castle, and where she meets Gild, who actually can spin straw into gold. But because of its magic, the magic requires a price. So Serilda gives him everything she has, but then at one point she has to offer her firstborn child. Very typical of Rumpelstiltskin. And the Earl King keeps bringing her back because he needs more gold and more gold. Well, Gild and her start to wonder, why does he need more gold? And they figure out why. Well, the Earl King has a plan. About 300 years ago, he lost his love of his life, Persia, to the underworld. She was killed by a golden arrow, and she was taken to the underworld, and he wants to get her back. But he also has bigger plans than that, too. So, like I said, our main character is Serilda. Then we have Gild, who's helping Serilda, and we have the Earl King, who leads the demon horde and has some plans that eventually Gild and Serilda realize they have to stop this Earl King because his plans might destroy the world that they know. I'm going to be honest that I'm so glad I did not give up on this because the beginning was not as exciting, but by the time I got about halfway into the first book and then the whole second book, it's just very action-packed adventure, but it's not as action-packed during the first part of the first book. But I really, really enjoyed this. And if you can get through that first part of the book, I think you are people who like the classic retellings and stuff. And I can think of a student I know who won't read any Marissa Meyer's book because she didn't like how it ended. This one has a decent ending. So like I said, I really enjoyed this book, and I'm so glad that I did not give up on it. Because it took me a long time to learn to give up on books, but it's okay to do that. But I hope you don't. I hope if you like fantasy and especially classic retellings that you won't give up on this book and read both of them, because it really is worth the thing. And like I said, if you like action adventure, this is a fantasy story for you. So if this is not your cup of tea, I will help you find something else. Otherwise, have a fantastic day and keep on reading. Bye.